Imagine a bird that could look you straight in the eye and then tear you apart with a beak the size of a horse's skull. That's not science fiction. That actually existed. And for 60 million years, these feathered nightmares ruled an entire continent as the most terrifying predators on Earth. You know how people say birds are just living dinosaurs? Well, after the asteroid wiped out the T-Rex and all its giant cousins 66 million years ago, one group of birds decided to take their place. Meet the terror birds, a family of flightless killing machines that evolved in South America and dominated for longer than humans have even existed. These weren't your friendly neighborhood pigeons. We're talking about apex predators with razor-sharp talons, massive hooked beaks, and some species that grew taller than an NBA player. But here's where it gets crazy. They didn't start out as giants. The first terror bird, discovered in what is now Brazil, was only about 3 feet tall, roughly the size of a large stork. This little guy, called Psalopterus, showed up around 53 million years ago during a time when Earth was basically a sweltering rainforest. Sure, it was small and quick, but it wasn't exactly ruling the food chain. Crocodiles and massive snakes still called the shots back then. Now this is where evolution kicks into overdrive. Just 3 million years later, a new species emerged that was 50% bigger. And get this bird, Paraphysornis, actually made it all the way to Europe, with fossils found in France and Switzerland. It's the only terror bird ever discovered outside the Americas, making it kind of like the Christopher Columbus of prehistoric predators. At this larger size, scientists think it hunted small horses and even primates. But the real action? That was still happening back in South America. Wait, there's more. During a period called the Oligocene, terror birds went from impressive to absolutely terrifying. Enter Paraphysornis, a hulking beast that weighed around 400 pounds, heavier than today's ostriches. This was officially the first giant terror bird, and it had a hunting style that would make your skin crawl. Paleontologists believe it would kick and slash prey with its clawed feet like a demonic kickboxer before finishing the job with brutal jabs from its massive beak. That's like combining a velociraptor with an eagle and giving it anger management issues. But even Paraphysornis wasn't the final boss. The real giants came later. 3 species stand out as the most famous and the most absolutely massive: Titanis, Kelenken, and Brontornis. Titanis was the smallest of these 3, standing about 6.6 feet tall, and it's the only one that made it to North America during something called the Great American Interchange. Picture this: Titanis and Titanis, strutting around ancient Texas and Florida, competing with saber-toothed cats and short-faced bears. And it held its own. Thanks to its size and weaponry, even those legendary predators didn't mess with it. Now this is the disturbing part. Kelenken was the tallest terror bird ever discovered, standing nearly 10 feet tall and weighing as much as a grizzly bear at around 550 pounds. Its skull alone measured over 2 feet long, literally the size of a horse's head. Imagine running into that thing in the wild. But Kelenken might not have even been the heaviest. That title probably goes to Brontornis, a stockier monster that could have weighed up to 880 pounds. Here's the twist though. Some scientists aren't even sure if Brontornis was actually a terror bird or a carnivore at all. Its toe claws looked suspiciously similar to herbivorous birds, leading to heated debates in the paleontology world. Recent evidence suggests it probably was a predatory terror bird, just built differently, like a heavyweight wrestler compared to a sprinter. And speaking of sprinters, you won't believe how fast these giants could move. Despite weighing hundreds of pounds, terror birds could hit speeds over 30 miles per hour, faster than Usain Bolt's world record sprint. That's thanks to their ostrich-like legs with elongated lower bones built for speed. If you think you could outrun one of these things, think again. They'd chase you down in seconds. You're probably wondering what they actually ate. For a long time, scientists assumed terror birds mainly hunted smaller prey like rodents and reptiles. But recent skull analysis revealed something shocking. The largest species had a different skull type, more rigid and powerful, capable of delivering devastating bite forces. This means the giants probably took down large mammalian prey too. They weren't just bird-sized threats, they were mega-predator-level dangerous. Here's the thing though. These birds had more than just size and speed. Their senses were absolutely dialed in. Studies of their brain cases show they had excellent vision that worked in both bright sunlight and darkness, perfect for hunting at any time of day. But their hearing? That was their secret weapon. Terror birds could hear low-frequency sounds so well that they could detect footsteps of small animals completely hidden in thick undergrowth. Imagine trying to hide from something that can hear your heartbeat through the bushes. Terrifying doesn't even begin to cover it. So with all these advantages, how did such dominant predators go extinct? That's where things get complicated. For years, scientists blamed the Great American Interchange 2.7 million years ago, when North American carnivores like wolves and big cats invaded South America and supposedly outcompeted terror birds. But new research pokes holes in that theory. The timing doesn't match up. Most terror birds were already extinct before those mammals even showed up. Plus, Titanis itself proves terror birds could coexist with mammalian predators for millions of years. The real answer? Probably climate change combined with competition. From the Oligocene to the Pleistocene, Earth gradually cooled toward a series of ice ages. Terror birds evolved for tropical environments, not cold ones. As their habitats shrank and changed and new competitors moved in, they faced a perfect storm of challenges. It's a stacking effect, multiple problems hitting at once rather than one single extinction event. But wait, there's a final twist. Terror birds survived way longer than we originally thought. Some smaller species existed until just 96,000 years ago, not the previously estimated 1 million years. There's even evidence suggesting one unidentified terror bird species might have lived until 18,000 years ago. That means ancient humans arriving in South America potentially missed encountering these legendary creatures by just a couple thousand years. Can you imagine if early humans had to deal with 10-foot-tall carnivorous birds? That would have made survival a whole different game. The terror birds ruled South America for 60 million years, evolving from small, opportunistic hunters into some of the largest and most formidable carnivorous birds to ever exist. They were faster than Olympic sprinters, had hearing that could detect prey through dense vegetation, and wielded beaks powerful enough to crush bone. Even though they're gone now, their legacy lives on in modern birds like the Sarima, their closest living relatives. What do you think would happen if terror birds still existed today? Could humans coexist with 10-foot predators, or would we have hunted them to extinction ourselves? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you're fascinated by prehistoric predators that time forgot, hit that subscribe button because we've got plenty more extinct nightmare fuel coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.